Hello and welcome. I am Light and this is my channel. Today we're going to discuss a missing woman, a British hiker who went missing in the Pyrenees in November. Her boyfriend believes that she was taken against her will. Authorities searched for several days and found no clues. Well, with the exception of one thing. She wrote that she had been given a ride by a stranger, and now police are looking for that man. And we're going to talk about it. Before we get started, if you are not subscribed and you would like to be, please do so. If you would give this video a thumbs up, I would appreciate it. If you'd like to be notified when my content goes live, go ahead and click that bell and go ahead and share these videos with anybody who's interested in true crime. Also, the paranormal and many other topics. All right, so let's get started. Esther Dingley is a British hiker who went missing without a trace. Her boyfriend, Dan Colgate, said that he could not believe anything but the terrifying prospect that somebody else was involved in the disappearance of Esther. Esther was 37 years old, and she was on a solo trek from Pic de Sevagad near the French-Spanish border on the 22nd of November. That's when she last communicated with her boyfriend. Extensive searches of the area found no trace, no equipment, no clothing, no signs that she'd ever been there. Both French and Spanish police are investigating this mysterious disappearance, and they said that they are open to all options, including non-accidental. In a post on the couple's Facebook page, Mr. Colgate dismissed speculation that she had voluntarily disappeared because she was unhappy in the relationship. He called it salacious nonsense. He said that the couple, who were living in Durham before heading off for a 6-year-long campervan adventure, had purposely built an unconventional lifestyle, which, like any relationship, sometimes had its tensions. But in general, they were both very happy together. He went on to describe Esther as a highly intelligent and experienced hiker who has seen search operations in actions. The idea that she would trigger that and put others at risk to get some time alone, rather than to simply say, "I need some time alone," is ridiculous to me. Mr. Colgate said if she had been injured in the mountains, he is sure that she would have been found by the searchers. He went on to say, all of which leads me to believe that somebody else has been involved in Esther's disappearance, and she was taken against her will. This is a terrifying prospect, and I wish I could believe otherwise, but I cannot. A happy, experienced, well-equipped, and fit young woman went missing in an area with clear pathways and mostly open terrain. An extensive search found no sign of her or any of her equipment. It is as though she vanished into thin air, which is a statement we hear a lot about people who have gone missing hiking on trails or mountains, parks. That sentence, vanished into thin air, or missing without a trace, seems to be becoming more and more common. Mr. Colgate, who is currently in France, said that he is going to return to the area as soon as he's allowed to resume his search. He's quoted as saying, "All that matters to me and Esther's parents is finding her. We all still hold on to the thin hope that she might still come back to us safely. Her face appears to me all the time, whether or not, I'm occupied with other things. For almost 2 decades now, we have shared almost everything, building a life together that was occasionally challenging, but mostly full of joy and love. Without Esther, I cannot imagine my life ever having meaning again. On November 19th, Esther had said on her Facebook page how bad weather had forced her to change her plans, and she accepted a lift from a fellow hiker to head back down to the valley where her camper van was parked. She went on to write, I had the option of staying at a great cabin, even had a mattress, but it was only 2 p.m., or going down with my fellow hiker and getting a lift. He would take me further up the valley so I could continue my planned tour, or to another refuge, or back down to my camper. The man is believed to have dropped Esther off at Benesky on the Spanish side, where her van had been found by police, who are examining it. An investigative source in Spain said this man would have had conversations with her and may know what she had planned. They went on to say they may have arranged to meet and hike another route. It's imperative that we find him. Mobile phone signals were believed to hold the key to Esther's disappearance as police began looking at options beyond accident. Esther had sent a photo of herself at the top of a mountain on November 22nd, which is the last time that anybody ever heard from her. And in that photo, she is smiling and happy. Does not appear to be afraid. It's just a photo of her at the top of a mountain. Exhaustive searches of mountain trails in the Pyrenees between France and Spain have found no trace of the hiker. Rescue teams, backed by drones, helicopters, and dogs, have now told her distraught partner they are convinced she is not on the mountain. Esther, who is an Oxford graduate and originally from Durham, started walking from Benesky on November 21st, but all trace of her was lost at 4 p.m. the following day after she sent that smiling selfie of herself on a mountain peak. However, her phone will have continued to send signals to mobile network masts if switched on, revealing her approximate location unless it was turned off, broken, or taken from her. Her partner, Dan, who was 30 years old, told the police that there are many theories being speculated about on his Facebook page. He had hiked with Esther for many years. They'd been together for 18 years. He's quoted as saying, if she had fallen from one of the paths, they really would have expected to find her, given the intensity, the closeness of the search, and the fact that nearly all of the trails are quite straightforward across completely open ground, not on higher levels. As things stand, he wrote, Esther is now listed as a national missing persons case in Spain, and the case has been passed to a specialized judicial unit in France as well. This means that they will be looking at other options beyond simply a mountain accident. He went on to say, while this is a terrifying development in so many ways, I'm trying to focus on the fact that it leaves the door open that Esther could possibly still come home. She was so utterly happy and joyful when we last spoke. I'll do anything to see her face and hold her right now. At the time, he had told BBC that he had spent most of several days out on the hills retracing the exact route that the search teams have walked multiple times. He said he walked them multiple times himself, and he was also very familiar with the terrain already. All they have said is simply that we don't think Esther has had an accident on this mountain. They have come to conclusions that further searches aren't going to find her, because she isn't there. He said, I need to start waiting for other police departments. He went on to say, she is very competent, very confident. She had warned me there was poor signal in the area sometimes, and then it would be 1 or 2 days, but she was doing what she absolutely loved doing. I loved her, and I loved her for it. I am convinced that she is not there. Later on his Facebook, he wrote that formal police investigations have begun, and he has been asked to let any future updates and comments come out via former channels rather than from him or her family. Esther's family has declined to comment about their missing daughter. So, if by some chance you recognize this picture, you've been to the area in November, maybe you saw something. Maybe you saw a woman in a vehicle and she didn't quite look comfortable. Maybe you saw someone speaking to her. Whatever the case may be, this is a missing woman whose family and partner love dearly. Thank you for coming to my channel. Again, please give this video a thumbs up. Share it with your friends or family who are interested in true crime. If you'd like to be notified when my content goes live, please click that bell. If you'd like to be subscribed, please do that as well. Good night.